Alright guys, so we got the Vaporfly next, the Turbo 2, the Pegasus 36 Shield, and the Pegasus 35 here. And I just want to give you my experience with these shoes and try to answer some of the questions I personally had when I got these shoes. So when I got the 35, I was using this as a daily trainer, and I ran in these for about 700 to 800 miles, and I thought, when should I change out the shoes? I did some research online, and then there's various things. Some people run their shoes until they break. Some people only wear them for like 100 miles. And I was noticing that the Zoom foam here was starting to get creases in here, and I felt a little bit less of the pop that I originally had. And I thought, you know what, let me get another pair of shoes that might protect my knees or my body a little bit. So I got these Pegasus 36, and you notice that there's no crease in the foam here. And what's interesting is that when I first got these, I was expecting more energy return when I ran into these brand new shoes, and I noticed that there wasn't much more than my original Pegasus 35s that I ran 700-800 miles in. So that showed me that these might be still good to go for a little bit more, because the energy return and the amount of cushioning that I was feeling was not that perceptible. Now the benefit of the Shield shoes are that they run definitely for sure warmer than the regular Pegasus shoes. The 36 Shield run warmer, they're more water repellent, and the traction on the sole here is better. You can see on the 35 I've worn down the traction a bit. And there's also a lot of anti-reflective decals here, so they're good for running at nighttime, which I do a lot of. And so these will be a really good shoe in those conditions, in a little bit cooler conditions, wet conditions. And they feel really, really comfortable, and they fit really well. And I got all these shoes in the same size. They do fit slightly differently. So the next shoe I talk about is the Turbo 2 and the Vaporfly Next Percent. They kind of go together. This shoe, the Next Percent's been in the news a lot recently because of the carbon plate, whether it's fair. And I'm not really sure if it is fair or not. You're getting you might get an artificial personal record, but if you're going for a goal, these are definitely comfortable shoes, and they'll definitely make you faster. I ran in these for a recent LA marathon, and I love them very much. I think the main characteristic of these shoes is that they're super light and they're super responsive. The first time I ran in the Next Percent, I was very surprised how much energy return you felt. You almost felt like you're running off like a springboard, and that's definitely not an exaggeration. And they fit really well, and they feel really good for all your long runs. Now the Turbo 2, this also has the Nike Zoom X, which is more responsive foam. It's very comfortable, but it does not have the carbon plate, so it's not going to give you as much of a spring. It definitely feels springier than the Pegasus and the Pegasus Shield, but it does not compare with the Next Percent here. The fit of the shoes, the only complaint I have about the Turbo is the fit of the shoe. You see here the lacing on the Next Percent is kind of offset, which is interesting, whereas the Turbo is just straight up like a regular pair of shoes. But you see in the back here, the heel has foam all around the back of the sides of the shoe and also to the heel of the shoe, whereas the Turbo 2 has it on the side of the shoe, but it does not have it at the heel of the shoe. So there is some slippage at the heel with the Turbo 2 that I've noticed, at least for my feet. But I don't think it's been too much of a detriment when I run. I don't feel it as much, but I do have to counter it by making my laces here a little bit tighter, which is not as comfortable as the Next Percent. So having these different pair of shoes is good for just rotating around. I think what I'm going to do is still run in my 35s every now and then, rotate them out with the Shield on a cooler day or at nighttime running, or if it's wet outside. For my long runs, I'll probably use the between the Turbo 2 and also probably just the Pegasus for a daily run. I might even consider trying to add something here with thicker socks to try to help counter the gap here in the heel. I'll save these next percents for race day because, you know, no one really knows how long the carbon plate and the Zoom X is supposed to last to give you the springiness. I've done it probably about 70-80 miles in these, and so far they feel about the same. I haven't noticed a big degradation in the responsiveness of the shoe. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have fun running.